Good evening and welcome to your favorite relationship and lifestyle show, The RNL Show, with me, your favorite presenter, Rachel Engmann. Today we have another exciting and insightful episode here on The RNL Show, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break and I'll tell you everything. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is your favorite relationship and lifestyle show, The RNL Show. Like I said, today we have another educative and insightful and exciting episode here on The RNL Show. Today we'll be discussing depression. There are a lot of depressed people out there. Fine, once in a while I get depressed as well. I know you get depressed as well. Today we'll be discussing everything about depression, and I know after this episode you would be well informed about depression and know how to control it when it happens. But before then, let me acknowledge my sponsors. I told you the RNL show is getting bigger and better. We are coming to your doorstep, so just call us to invite us to your church, your association, or any entity in Ghana and beyond. Even if you're under the sea, we'll bring a submarine. If you're in space, we'll bring a spacecraft. So just call us on 055-3378474. Do you want to promote your goods and services on the show? Call the same numbers. Or do you have any extraordinary real life experience you'd love to share on the show to inspire people? Just call us on 055-3378474. Interact with us on our social media handles. Go to YouTube. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just look for The RNL Show and get updates of trending issues as well as videos you might have missed. Deli's Brushes has made me look like a princess today, like how she does every week for me on The RNL Show. Just call her to be a makeup pro. Just call her on 0544-523-515. Classy Weeks, my lovely pony. Yes, I know I look sexy today. Yes, thanks to Classy Weeks. Locate Classy Weeks at Dansoman Kofini Ama Junction near the Odarin School. Just call them for any hairstyle, for any occasion. Just call them on 055-870-7305 or 027-1954466. Erico Fashion. Thanks to Erico Fashion for my lovely outfit. Just call them for your well-tailored dresses or your well-tailored attires. Just call them on 0277-826-865 or 0266-885-789. Now to the matter of the day. Today we are discussing depression, and I have very prominent resource persons here to tell us everything you need to know about depression. I have with me here the PR member of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, his Emmanuel Abwaji Apia. Welcome to the RNL Show, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
I know today we'll be learning a lot about depression and mental health.
Surely you will.
Yes, I've seen your interviews and I know what you can do. And then the gorgeous, award-winning, sexy, what have you? Nkechi Asante. She is a radio presenter at High Radio in Amsterdam, and today she's in Ghana. Yes, she's on the RNL Show. I'm honored to have her on the RNL Show. And it's going to be very exciting on the show with Nkechi. She looks very sweet with her low haircut. I wish I could do some, but some of us are ahead, eh? Welcome to the RNL Show, Nkechi.
Thank you very much.
I'm honored to have you on the show.
I'm very honored.
And I know it's going to be exciting today on the show, everything about depression. Yes, so I'm starting with you.
Okay.
Yes, depression.
Depression.
You have a story to share.
Well, yeah. Well, depression is something that nobody wants to go through. I mean, whether it's from work, whether it's from love, relationship, marriage, it can be anything. Well, I would really say that I have had a huge depression.
Sure, we all have it once in a while.
Yes,
it happens.
Exactly, especially, you know, when you really love this person. My problems are always about love anyway.
Sure.
Always about
That's why you're on the RNL Show, relationship and lifestyle.
Exactly.
Love.
So, I mean, sometimes we go through this kind of breakups that is very hard to recover from.
Right.
And it can get you very depressed. And I am yet to hear how I can get the cure to that.
So let's hear your story and then we'll know how to get you a cure.
Well, I have a daughter that is almost 9 years old, and before I gave birth to her, there were so many things that happened. I mean, I was homeless for a while. Wow. I was taken in by my family-in-law then, and I just went through a whole lot before the child was born, and even after I left the home. And it took me a while to get myself cured, but I've always been this person that I deal with my problems in a different way. And when I say different way, if we could be in one house and you never know I'm going through something if I don't share it with you. And that's what has been bothering me for all this while. I keep things in me. And by the time I feel like sharing it and I burst out, it really explodes.
Wow.
So my period then was a very tough one. There came to a time that I didn't know how I was going to survive the next day. I didn't know how I was going to be a great mother for my child, but now she's 8.
Wow.
So when I look back, I just laugh. You know, I believe everything has a cure and everything can be healed. It's just time and courage that you need.
Yes, so Emmanuel, what is depression?
In simple sense, when we want to talk about depression, I don't want to take you to the school definition, but so that the viewers out there who are watching us, we are saying that depression is a long period of a state where one assumes to go through a phase of continuous sadness. A state of continuous sadness. It should have gone through a period of a time for diagnosis to be able to take effect. Also, one thing we are looking at that we have something we call activities of daily living. All these things are disrupted because of the condition you are suffering from. And then once again, I must acknowledge the fact that it's a mood disorder. When we talk about moods, you have different type of moods, whether being happy, whether being elated, or all these things are kinds and forms of mood. So what we put in right was that a state of continuous sadness.
Would you say it's a mental disorder?
Yes, depression is a mental disorder. Now we are saying that there are various forms and various kinds of depression.
So we'll come to that.
Once we want to talk about depression, it means that we are looking at your mood. Your mood is coined into your personality. Your personality is developed through your mind. Okay, so we are saying that as we were growing up, when we were growing up, the things we saw, the things we went through, the things that evolved around us and we grew up with, they become part of our personality and shape our moods. So for example, I always say that in Africa, it's hard to say someone is depressed.
Yeah,
in the sense that
an interview, and I didn't understand it.
In the sense
we have a lot of problems down here, so
I mean,
why
look at the stress level we go through. You have to wake up at 4:30, you join a queue, you pick a trotsky, traffic to work. At the end of the day, you earn like 400 Ghana cedis or 300 Ghana cedis.
That's the financial part of it.
That's the financial part. I mean, for us as a group of people, as Africans or as Ghanaians, it's harder to find someone being depressed. Yet it's there
because the problems are already there.
You see, and then the numbers may not be accurate because the data keeping even our psychiatric hospital will be an issue. Now we are saying that in the foreign lands, in the Westlands, I mean, people report in day in and day out being depressed. For example, he loses his pen, he's depressed. My cat is dead, he's depressed. My dog is sick, I'm depressed. So they have lots and various reasons why they report, and so you get the huge numbers of the people reporting, and they need a psychologist, they need a therapist, they need this for care to start. So, but in Ghana here, I believe that our mental frame has been adjusted in such a way that we're able to go through so much, I would say, chaotic situations, and then we're able to come out of it not so easily, but easy. Yes.
I think we're just strong.
Yeah, we're just strong. Like, right, you see, right from
is it because of our standards of living, our living here, the living standards here? Because it's already hard. So
when you put any individual in an environment for a period of time, there's something called adaptation and adjusting. So we are saying that even in mental health, we are saying that your ability to adapt and adjust to everyday life stresses, evidenced by your thoughts and feelings. It means that if you put me in this church and there is a water flooded here, and there is no way to escape. As a human being, my human thoughts and processes will allow me to adjust and adapt to the situation. You may not find me probably swimming in there, probably you may find me with a higher chair sitting on it, or I'll find ways and means. I adapt to the situation. So we are saying that in Africa here, we are used to stress. So the least thing, and you know, in Ghana here we have an adage that says that if a gun is fired, a man uses his chest to receive it. It means that in our local parlance, even when something is worrying a man, he decides not to talk about it. He's going through pain. He decides not to talk
That's
about
the Bemansu thing.
Yeah, Bemansu. And
I don't know where that ideology came from.
Because they cry, pa.
Men cry, we cry, but
our men not human beings. Bemansu saying.
that is why in our settings, in our parlance, in the jurisdiction that we have, men are seen to be non-emotional beings. They are seen to be gods. You see, they are seen to be
The that kind of they have to be strong.
They have to be strong, emotionally strong for everything. Let me give you another example. When you go to the northern parts of Ghana, when they're delivering, you barely hear a woman shouting, "Ah, I'm in pain." No. When a northerner, I've had the experience of delivering before. When a northerner is delivering, she will not cry. All she does is,
wow.
And then she just pushes.
Wow, why?
Yes, because in their settings, it has been taught that when you cry, your baby becomes timid. Yes. So you see, we have engulfed every pain, every feeling, every emotion, every mood in there. It's just encapsulated. Now these moods will grow. Whatever is in you grows and exponent. It grows. So that's why we have outbursts. So major depression, as I was saying, we are looking at all the major classical signs of depression under them. And then we talked about the bipolar affective disorder. Bipolar, I said that the brain has two hemispheres, the north or the left and the right, where one controls your being elated or aggressive, and the other one controls you when you are sad, calm, cool, withdrawn. So what happens is that at 1 minute, you see the person being over talkative. Hey, what's up? Hey, let's have fun. And next time, come on, the person is crying. Yeah, that happens. So there was an immediate switch in both moods. You find the person very hyperactive and all that. And then we have the postpartum psychosis. So we are saying that partum means pregnancy, psychosis means mental illness. Post means after pregnancy. Usually after pregnancy, the women, due to the stress levels they go through when they were pushing the baby or after the pregnancy, you realize that they become over talkative. They don't want to hold their baby. They see their baby to be weird thing. They some even naked themselves, walk on the streets.
Wow,
some
really?
The baby. So most of the women abandon the babies usually are suffering from postpartum psychosis. Yeah.
But can it be cured before we go on break?
All these things, yes, are remedies. Yes, of course.
So we'll look at the remedies.
Yes.
Right after this break, we'll be right back. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is still your favorite relationship and lifestyle show. People say I mention my name too much, but I'll mention my name. My name is still Rachel Engmann. Today we are discussing depression, and I have with me here the gorgeous Nkechi, award-winning presenter of the Nkechi Late Night Show on High Radio in Amsterdam. Yes, we are very... RNL has gone far. And I have with me here the smart. The man is intelligent. What book? I have with me here the PR member of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. He is Emmanuel Apia-Abuaje on the RNL show, and he's educating us on depression. Nkechi is also telling us her story. Right now we've seen the kinds of depression, we've seen what depression is, and we've heard Nkechi's story. So now we are going to look at the causes of depression, how to control it.
One, we are looking at genetics. You see, most people, if for example in your family, your mother, your father, or anybody suffered from depression, you are a higher percentage of suffering from depression.
So it's genetic also?
Yeah, genetic also, yes, it has a genetic part. Now we have what we call the personality type. When you are short, rounded, with short limbs, short necks, you are a preamble for that's a preamble for depression. You're a candidate
Really?
for depression. Yes, we are looking at life events like divorce, like unemployment, like accidents, and all those things are causes of depression. So yes, when we want to tackle depression, we're looking at four cognizant.
Okay, are you going to delve into it? Because I was looking at the short limbs and all. What has that got to do with depression?
Okay, so a research which was done, we have what we call the personality types or the body types. Now we have what we call we have the long, tall, long limbs. They are called the asthenics. We have the short, round, short neck, short limbs. They are called the pycnics. And then we have the muscle type, well built. They are called the athletics. All these body types, per research that we did, realized that we're prone to specific or peculiar mental conditions. For example, the tall, lanky ones, his limbs are tall, his legs are tall, every part of his body is tall. Your mind shouldn't go far. So
My mind actually went there, but I didn't want to say anything. But okay, thanks for the word.
I mean, he's tall.
Oh, my mind is
Every part of his body is long. So they suffer from what we call schizophrenia. They suffer from schizophrenia. That is the mother of all mental illness.
The mother of all mental illness.
It's called schizophrenia. Yeah, the lanky ones. The athletic types are predisposed to epilepsy.
Hey, Trayon.
Yes, then we have the short, round pike. They are called pike or pycnics. Let me give you a critical example. They are predisposed to mania or depression. When we say mania, it's a state of aggression, over talkativeness, and all that. You see our mothers at the shore. You see, when you're walking through town, and then mistakenly you dash some of their things on the floor, you see the way they react. Wait a minute, Sonny. That thing, Charlie, they easily inflame into passions. And when it's time for funeral, you see how they behave. They cry. They are in their worst forms. That's by pederasty that we find.
Does it have to do with self-esteem?
Not necessarily self-esteem. We are looking at what we call the makeup of the individual. Now, pederasty that we did, we realized that with these different makeups of the individual, the rate at which neurotransmitters were produced were different at different rates. The way neurotransmitters were released into the body were differently, and then they manifested those peculiar conditions. So we are saying that we are looking at the neurotransmitter effect in depression as being one of the cognizant things that causes about depression. The rest, you see, depression in itself, we don't know the cause.
Depression, you don't know the cause.
So it just happens.
Depression,
You just get depressed.
we don't know the actual cause. And we don't know the actual cause.
Wow, but then there are some causes, right?
The
broken heart and all.
All these things are what we call are precipitating factors or predisposing factors.
Okay.
So we have precipitating and predisposing factors. So the predisposing factors are the host factors. We are talking about your body, your genetic makeup, the neurotransmitters. So once you are predisposed, your family, someone had depression, it means that the probability you have depression is, but when you take good care of yourself, you may not have the depression.
Nkechi, has it ever occurred to you, suicide, when you are depressed?
No. I think I love my life too much.
But have you undergone counseling or anything? How do you control yours?
4 months of therapy.
Okay.
It did. It got me stronger, and that is when I had the courage to relocate, because I actually relocated to a different city.
Oh, okay. To forget your problems.
To forget the problems and, just leave everything behind. So I just woke up one day and left, and I went to my friends.
But does it help? Does it help?
It doesn't, because you're running away from your problems. So at that point, a therapist was the only thing that I could do. And I did that for 3-4 months. Basically, honestly, I just think they just took my money.
Wow.
That is what it did help me some way, but it could have been anyone that I had that conversation with. I could have easily called you, Rachel, and said, just sit me down, take 2 chairs, put a timer, and let's talk. And I think it would have helped me too. But I'm not going to lie, it did, a little, exactly. So by the time I took my child and went back to the main city, I was ready for everything that came my way. and some were struggles and ups and downs, but we did it.
But it still keeps coming back.
The problems, sometimes it comes in my head, it pops up. And that is one of the reasons why I started the Nkechi Late Night Show. And if you really listen to my show, most of what I share on the show are personal problems that happened.
Wow. Remedies. How do we control depression?
I want to simplify things. Primary, secondary, and then tertiary. When we say primary, we are just saying that prevention in everyday life, prevention is better than cure. Now, the first thing we look at is genetic counseling. Before two people get married, you have to do genetic counseling.
Yes.
In my family, if there are a lot of depressed people in your family, there are a lot of depressed people. It's not right time to get married. The probability that the child would have a problem.
Before you continue, I thought depression was seasonal.
It comes and goes.
So thank you very much. We have a seasonal type of depression, another kind of depression. We have a depression that a person can stay into a depressed state for a long period of time. In such cases, we are just managing. Yeah.
Wow.
In such cases, we are just managing. So in the primary stage, we are just saying that things that will not allow you get depressed. So number two, we are, as I rightly said, so genetic counseling number two. Now, most of us as Ghanaians, we don't like planning. We don't plan. So because we don't plan, we get a lot of stress on us. Work stress, whatever stress. So we jump up things. So therefore, when we go to work, we're supposed to do certain things. We like procrastinating things. Then when we move from the primary aspect, we are coming to the secondaries. The secondary, we look at chemicals. We have medication, a lot of chemicals. We have the monoxidase and a lot of things like amitriptyline and the rest for depression, which we give, and then that solves it. People don't work. People don't do good.
So you mentioned medication.
Yeah.
Can medication cause depression?
Yeah, there are a lot of medication. Some drugs also cause depression. So both illicit narcotics and illicit narcotics can cause depression. Even alcohol abuse. Alcohol is defined as a drug.
Wow.
Yes, it can cause.
And men to actually use alcohol works.
Rather suppresses their emotions, or how do we say it? It's rather stops the depression.
No.
It controls it.
What you see,
It
because alcohol is a central nervous system stimulator. It can stimulate it up or down. We are looking at so many things playing a role. Neurotransmitters working there, the receptors of the alcohol working itself, your mood as an individual, your personality type. So if you get someone who has a cyclothermic or the short type as a Pycanix and he drinks a lot, the person will obviously tilt towards depression. So we don't say that. That is why for some people, after taking tramol, okay, they become timid. They'll be standing at one end. They'll be gazing at one particular place. Another person will take tramol and hallucinating. Another person will take tramol and be jumping all over the place. So medications and how they work, that is not just because that is why not every medication is good for anyone. Some patients do not work well on medications. Medications do not help them in the depression. So we tend to what we call the electroconvulsive therapy.
Okay.
Electroconvulsive therapy is this. It will shock you. We shock you with
electric chair or
no electric chair. We have a bed. We lay you on a bed. We have electrodes. We attach them to the left, right. I told the brain has to pull us to left, right. Then an amount of electricity is passed through the electrodes, and then you go through a form of a fit. And then after the fit, your brain settles down. Why? Because these neurotransmitters in your head have electrical impulses, and they can be stimulated. So once we can use an external electricity to shock you, it means we'll affect the neurotransmitters in your head. And especially we are looking at counseling. Yeah, so basically
also when you get to that stage is
counseling. The other forms of therapy, like we have the insight therapy. Someone does not even know why she's depressed. He or she doesn't even know that he is depressed.
Yes.
So we take you through insight therapy. We inform you, we educate you, process, like we make you understand what depression is. People like that can suffer. When people are depressed, they can get ulcers because they're not eating.
Okay.
They can get ulcers. And then a higher form is when the psychosis sets in, that you begin to hallucinate. In hallucination, we be saying that hallucination in simple terms is your senses picking up things that are not.
Is that the last stage, the hallucinations, the last stage of depression?
As another form, usually, let's say the last stage, that's psychosis. Psychosis is when you are seeing things like someone died, and the person can accept that the person is dead.
Some pastors who see things and all.
Okay, I want to go to that direction. Okay, there's a thin line between insanity and religiosity.
Yes.
Do you know that when you don't eat food for a long period of time, you begin to see things?
Really?
If like try it after the show, Monday,
heard,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, don't eat.
I've also had dreams. It depends on what you ate before you slept.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Your first, in Kechi's final words, and I come to your final words. Yeah.
Yes, I believe communication is everything. So if you're watching us right now and you're going through a moment, I think you should look around you. Sometimes it's better to talk to people that don't know you and that won't judge you.
Okay, so in case you don't know, Nkechi is also a philanthropist, and she did some donations recently at the Inzulezu village. Yes.
It was amazing.
Wow.
It was. I went there last year. Yeah, I went there last year with my mom. I fell in love with a little girl, and this time I came back, and it was actually the little girl that brought me back to that village.
Okay.
They need help, so I came back to Ghana this time, and I decided to post something on Facebook and see who would help me. Sure. And honestly, I didn't know it would get that far. We really raised a lot of money.
Wow. Final words, Emmanuel.
If you're watching me out there and you're depressed, there is hope. Walk into any hospital, not only Accra Psychiatric Hospital, any hospital, talk to them, they'll find you help. Number two, I keep on saying that Accra Psychiatric Hospital needs help. Sure. I mean,
I saw a video of the place. It's in a bad state, very bad. And your phone number in case someone needs counseling.
Okay, let's do it as they do it on radio. 0244. But mine is 02496.
Yes, is it low too?
So when I say it, you say 024.
Is it low 24?
96.
96.
57.
57.
266.
266.
Yes, she had it right.
266. This has been the RNL show. Thanks so much to my guests for coming on the show, Nkechi and Emmanuel. And I know you'll come back again. Nkechi, your next trip, you are coming back on the RNL show. In fact, we are going to Amsterdam.
No, why do that?
Thanks so much to Delis Brushes for my lovely face beat. Call Delis Brushes on 0544 523 515. Classic Weeks for my sexy pony. Call Classic Weeks on 055-870-7305 or 027-1954-466. Locate Classic Weeks at Dansoman Kofinyama Junction. Rico Fashion. For my well-tailored attire, just call them on 0277-868-65 or 0266-885789. The RNL show is coming to your doorstep. Just call us to invite us to your church, your association, or any entity in Ghana and beyond. Just call us on 055-337-8474 or call or WhatsApp the same numbers to promote your goods and services on the show. This has been the RNL show. My name is still Rachel Engmann. See you next week. I love you. Bye-bye.